The title of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire was originally inspired by the lyrics of what 1950s musician? The correct answer is A. Cole Porter. The Network for Games loves game shows, and we know you do too, which is why we've created the Game Show Hall of Fame. So join us as we celebrate our first Game Show Hall of Fame inductee, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? John Carpenter's $1 Million performance pumps the show's popularity into the stratosphere.
You could not go into a restaurant without someone saying, "Is that your final answer?"
At ABC, it's obvious that Millionaire is their answer.
We made 363 primetime episodes in less than 3.5 years.
When Millionaire's primetime ratings begin to lag, ABC moves it to a daytime slot with a new host, Meredith Vieira.
It was time for it to move over and be a 5-day-a-week show.
I did this show because I fell in love with this show, and really first and foremost as a parent. There aren't that many shows on television that you can watch as a family. And when Michael Davies approached me and said, "Would you be interested in hosting the syndicated version?" I said, "Just point me toward the contract. I am so there."
The move to daytime is an unqualified success, as a new batch of contestants create some of Millionaire's most unforgettable Game Show Hall of Fame moments.
One of the most memorable contestants that we had was Sarah Voska.
Sarah is a public relations major at Hofstra University and about to drop out of school because her family can't afford the tuition.
Both my parents were sick with cancer. My dad had just passed away, and my mom was still very ill.
It's February 2004. Sarah Voska boards a flight heading for sunny Florida, where Millionaire is shooting on location in Disney World.
It was my first trip leaving home, and before I left, my mom was like, "Don't worry, your father's always watching over you."
Sarah arrives on the set and takes her place in the hot seat, knowing that her father has prepared her well for this moment.
Growing up, we read things together. We always did, trivia questions and trivia books, crossword puzzles.
Still, Sarah is amazed as she answers question after question, all of them right.
As she climbed up the money tree, she could not believe that she was sitting in the chair and winning this much money.
Basically, I was in a state of shock.
And the audience is so pumped, and they're screaming and they're yelling.
Oh my God!
And then, at the $8,000 question, fate steps in.
In the Cervantes novel, Don Quixote mistakes what structures for giants? Church steeples, drawbridges, windmills, castles. Why did you go like that?
Because my mother would kill me if I didn't know this.
And I knew the answer right off the bat. My father, to teach me about love every night before I went to bed, would tell me the story of Don Quixote and Dulcinea.
I know for a fact it's windmills sing.
Final?
Final answer.
Your mom loves you. You got it for $8,000.
Sarah Voska goes on to win $64,000, enough to cover her college tuition.
We were on the side of the stage, all kind of like trying to hold it in and looking at each other. That is an amazing feeling. You actually have somebody who's so close to getting a degree and falls on just such hard times and, can pay for college now.
I often look at these kids and I go, this is the future. And they're good kids, really good kids. And so you feel good about helping them make a little bit of money.
To this day, Sarah credits her success on Millionaire to her dad.
He was definitely with me that day.
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire has helped many of its contestants through hard times, like John Castellano from Staten Island, New York.
John had a sad story. He had lost his business. He had a music store.
The night before he came to the show, his music store flooded.
How can I do a game show tomorrow? I love my store. And I felt like, I can't think of this, this game show thing.
But John's wife urges him to leave the mess in his store behind and appear on Millionaire.
All right, you just want to play, I can tell.
That man has such heart. He was coming to try to, start from scratch again.
I was this combination of unbelievably overtired and stressed, and then, excited.
John wins $250,000 that day, guaranteeing his store will be rebuilt.
You walked away with a check for $250,000. That is unbelievable.
He was so into it and so grateful to have that money. And he's been a big fan of the show ever since, which means a lot to us.
What a difference a day makes. Look at my beautiful little store. I had so much love for this thing, you know.
But Millionaire memorable moments aren't always about overcoming tragedy.
One of our specialty shows that we do at Millionaire is Play to Pay for Your Wedding.
I always feel so great when I have the couples on because they're starting out in life. They want to build a nest egg.
We had an amazing couple, Sean and Jessica, and they were kind of the, typical young love, met in high school.
It was like too good to be true. We were engaged at the time and needed some money to pay for the wedding.
I was nervous I was going to drag us down because Sean's, more the trivia buff.
But the two worked together, answering question after question correctly.
They had the best time in the hot seat. They were so sweet saying, final answer at the same time.
G oil, final answer. Remember at 25,000 when I was like, I went crazy. And I was like almost in tears.
Then the couple hits a total $50,000.
I was like shaking uncontrollably and just so much excited energy that we were just like sitting there and looking at each other because we went off stage and sat and tried to, calm down for a second.
The $50,000 pays for their wedding, their honeymoon, and a down payment on a house.
We pretty much got to have all of our dreams come true. Millionaire just changed our lives.
They play out their dreams and their fantasies in front of me and an entire audience. They start to talk about what it means to be married.
Coming up, there's more to a Game Show Hall of Fame show than memorable moments. Find out how the set, the lights, and even the hot seat revolutionized game shows.
It's all designed to make the contestant a little bit uncomfortable.
And we'll give you a rare glimpse into how the Hall of Fame show casts contestants today. Which celebrity won $500,000 for charity on Millionaire and later became a phone-a-friend lifeline for another contestant? A. Rosie O'Donnell. B. Joey McIntyre. C. Charlie Sheen. D. Tyra Banks. We'll be right back to see if you know the answer.